You're I'm trying to be a your person now. You're is that how do people say it? You're welcome back to the I'm doing this okay podcast. I am Angel Clade and I'm back. I feel like every other episode is like I'm back, okay? But I am. I'm back and today I'm dressed like a little boy. Just a little bit. Cause guys, I just woke up from a nap. And I couldn't change out of my comfy clothes. I couldn't. Honestly, I think I would be much more apt to feel like film so many more episodes if I didn't have to get dressed. And I know I don't have to do the video, but everybody loves the video, you know? Like that's what gets people engaged. They might not watch an hour of anything I say, but they will watch that little a minute video clip that I post on Instagram stories. Instagram feed. Ugh, I just woke up, guys. I'm sorry, I'm already tripping up on my words. Y'all know what I'm talking about, though. Yes, I just woke up from a nap and I'm here and I'm doing this. Yes, I am. I think update, podcast update. I think I'm going to start doing these bi-weekly just because really, truly, the process of getting dressed for these videos, I don't want to do it. I don't want to set up my camera. So I'm going to do this bi-weekly. And I hope that's okay with everybody, okay? It should be, because this is my production, okay? And also, nobody really listens anyway. But hi, I'm here now. So, yes, that's the update. We're going to be doing this bi weekly. And maybe that will make the episodes better. I don't know. Depends on what your qualifier of better is. Better to me, I guess. We'll see. But hi, happy end of August. I can't believe August is over already. Like summer has gone so fast. This whole year has gone so fast. Like we are almost through year 1 of that man's presidency. I think we can hold on, guys. I think we got it. I mean, he's messing up a lot. And there's a lot going on. There's a lot that's wrong, but we made it almost through year 1, okay? So keep the hope alive that everything will be okay and that orange dude won't mess it up for us all, okay? It is crazy to think like how much he has a hand in our future, and I'm not gonna get into it. I'm not. But I was thinking about the future in a general sense because I realized that I am 24. When my mom was 24, she already had my sister. She already had a baby. She already had a husband. And my sister, my older sister, when she was 24, she also already had a baby. And that's scary to think about, guys. Am I in my baby years? No, I need to. No. No, there's no way. Absolutely no way that I'm in my baby years because I don't even have anybody who's like on the cusp of being my suitor. Anybody who could court me. Like, there's no options. So it's crazy to think like, yeah, people were really out here having families, and it is because people my age, my friends, some of my friends are actually in long term relationships, and they are thinking about having kids. Scary, 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 scary. I just don't know if that is in the cards for me. And I do want a family, and I will get a family eventually, I suppose. But I always think about this all the time. Like, if my goal was to be married by 30, which I know they really should not be put any timeline on anything, but okay, let's just say, for example, if my goal was to be married by 30, that means I would need to have met the person that I'm going to be married now, like yesterday. Because I want to know the person that I'm going to be marrying for at least a couple years before we get married. Isn't that typical? Isn't that what people do? And I guess when you get older, maybe you know the person less. time so that you can just jump into marriage. But I'd love to know my person for a long time. And then I would want to ideally spend a few years with them before having a child, you know, so that we could just love each other without dealing with the challenges of having another human being that we have to take care of and raise. It is a struggle though. I don't know. And yeah, timelines don't matter and nothing matters for real. But I hope that my future is good. Obviously. I do hope so. I think it will be. But it is crazy to think about. Like, I can't even imagine me being married to anybody in my life right now. And that's weird as somebody in their 20s. I don't know. I mean, modern times, people are getting married later, people are having children later, yes. But it is interesting to think about. Like, there's nothing even on the table for me right now. I'm single, I live alone, I have no suitors. And so, where is my baby going to come from? I don't know. I don't know. Yeah. I just, I was thinking about this and reflecting. And it's also interesting because, like, in the industry that I'm in, I guess that's how you could say it, um, in the comedy scene, you're surrounded by people who are also single. Some not by choice, but you are surrounded by people who are single, and so it just puts in your head like this is what we do. This is who we are. Um, and it is okay. It is okay to be single. Single is not bad, but I think a lot of comedians don't value having personal relationships because a lot of the goals that comedians have is like traveling and touring all over. And so to be a traveling comedian, you kind of have to give up on some of the basics of life, like having a family. And you don't have to give it up, but I do see that a lot of people sacrifice having a family for traveling the world because it is hard to manage both at the same time. And that's like how even now people are like women are more focusing on their careers instead of starting families. And these are all good things. It is good to do what you want and to be progressive and to not have children, but it sucks that we can't have both. It sucks that I can't have a family and then also travel the world and spread my art. And you can. There are people who do it and people who do it successfully. But I think honestly, like the type of parent that I would want to be is somebody who is at home, who cooks home cooked meals, who spends a lot of quality time with my family. And I don't think touring really reflects that. I think we we go, and by we, whatever, I go. I go to these writers' rooms and for comedy writers' rooms. And a lot of the time, people are asking questions about comedy and the comedy writing process. And I do think those points are important. But sometimes I like to ask, like, if I know that the comedian who's teaching or leading the workshop is married or has kids or whatever, like, how they are balancing that. Because it's hard even in myself to balance like just like having friends and doing comedy. So I can't even imagine like having a whole family and doing comedy. Like even now, like seeing my family, my sisters and my mom and dad, seeing them, I have to schedule and pencil in seeing them and I still don't even see them that often. I see them like every other week, maybe every week. And I try to call them. Like I am so bad about keeping up with people and like I literally have to put on my to-do list to call somebody, and that's shouldn't be like that. And honestly, I'm like, this is a real moment. I'm sorry, I'm like slowing down, but I'm just speaking my mind as this podcast is. Um, as y'all know, if you listen, I did lose my grandpa this month, and I hate thinking back on I had to write in my on my to-do list to call my grandpa because I was just so busy and I would forget. And that sucks that now I can't call him anymore. Um but yeah, I'm sorry. Sometimes, grief just hits you or whatever. And I guess that's why I've been thinking about family and the future and all of these things and like what is important in my life actually. Um because honestly, like comedy just recently found its way into my life. If you put it in the grand scheme of everything, family just comedy. Comedy just recently found its way into my life. Family has always been there for me. Always. Of course. And I hate that more people don't have a strong family unit and don't have people who support you as good as my family supports me because they're great. And sometimes I think about even like first graduating college, I was like, I'll never move out of Georgia because I don't want to be far from my family. And in a lot of ways, I still think that's true. I do love my family. I love being like an hour away from them. But also, I'm trying to like push myself in the mindset that I have surrounding around my family. Like, I don't have to be in close proximity to my sisters, my mom, and my dad to have close relationships with them. I can always visit and stuff like that. And this is something that people were telling me when I was in college and thinking about this and thinking about moving and stuff like that because I didn't want to leave. I did not want to leave Georgia. And even when I was like dating, when I was dating, I would tell everybody that I was dating that I did not want to leave Georgia. Like here is my forever home. And in some ways, I think that's true. I think I'll always be a Georgia girl down. But in other ways, it's like I'm so young. I'm so young. I haven't even like explored the world yet. you know and so I'm so young, and it's like I want kids, I want a family, I want all these things, and I am focused towards that, but I'm also so young and I still need to find myself. I still need to travel the world. Like I don't even know if I would be happy living anywhere else because I haven't even tried. And so maybe I should try. I don't think I'll be leaving Atlanta anytime soon, but I think if the opportunity presented itself for me to move, I would now. And I think that is because I am now so much more secure in myself than I was in the transition from moving to college to starting my real life. I think that I didn't know who I was back then. And I am still figuring that out. But now I'm much more confident in my skills to meet people, to find communities that represent me and pour into me while also I pour into them. And I think I can do that anywhere. I think I was closing myself off to the possibility that I would be able to find friends, find communities in a new city. And moving from Athens to Atlanta was such a small step, but it has definitely taught me much, much more about finding community, finding the people that you want to surround yourself with. Because I think a lot of the times people like overestimate how hard it is to make friends. Really, it is not hard at all. Okay. As long as you're not a weirdo freak, like I think making friends is simple. Most people are always looking for more friends, especially the age that we're at. and even older. Like I think about my family, my mom and my dad, and they all my life, my mom and my dad, not to dox them, not to like call them out, but they didn't have friends besides their family. And I guess in some ways that influenced how I thought. I thought, okay, when you get old, all you have is family. But that doesn't have to be the case. I have older friends. I have friends who are the same age as my parents, and they have friends. And I think everybody would like to have a friend because the only person, like, you shouldn't go home and the only person you talk to is your husband or is your coworkers. Like, you need people outside of that to feed different parts of your life. And so I'm trying to really like focus on finding myself and finding the people who are good to me and who I can be good to because I think that matters. I do. And so I don't know. I was applying to new jobs because I was just like trying to see what's out there. And I think now I'm not going to limit myself. I do love Atlanta, limit myself by the state because that was limiting me a lot in my job search because most of my jobs are in the middle of nowhere. And I still am not going to move to Iowa, to corn belt country. I'm not. But North Carolina, maybe. No, I don't know. I don't I'm scared, guys. I'm scared. I don't know. I think whatever comes to me though will be for me. And if that means that I have to move away, I think I will find my place in that far away place. Hopefully. Hopefully. And hopefully it doesn't backfire. And if it does backfire, I can always find myself back home. Home will always be here. And I'm so blessed and lucky that I can say that because I know a lot of people can't. I don't, I like started this podcast. I don't really know. As y'all know, I don't really know the purpose of starting this podcast, but I definitely didn't think I would be this serious. And now it's just becoming like my little personal diary. But I'm not exposing too much. I don't know. I don't know if this is interesting to anybody for just me to talk about my life. But I mean, that's what I'm doing this. I'm doing this, okay? I'm going on tangents about live, laugh, love. And you listen to it and you like it, hopefully. I don't know. I don't have any really cool stories. It's not, was that so fun? Me going on a podcast being like, I don't have anything fun to tell. I've been going 2 weeks, don't have shit to say. But I don't know. I've been out on the town. This past weekend, I went a little crazy, okay? I went to like 6 different bars in 2 days, 4 parties in those same span of 2 days, and like did 2 shows. And that was a little much. I probably shouldn't have, but I met a lot of cool people. So there's that. Okay, this is what I want to talk about. Okay, this is what I want to talk about though. I went to one party and the only person that I knew was the host and nobody else. So I show up to this party and it's like half bros and a half woman. And I think it's so interesting being a new face, a new single girl face that goes into a room with a horde of men, with a friendship group of men, because now they're all basically like pining after you, the single ones at least, okay? And it is your job as that new single person in the group to pick wisely the homie that you're gonna go after. Okay, because if you pick the wrong person in the group, now that whole group is out of your control, you know? Like you can't be a homie hopper and go from one guy to the other guy. So you have to think, is this the one I want or should I wait it out? Okay. And so I went to this party and then afterwards, one of the guys, I got people's Instagram because That's what I do because I'm a networker, okay? And one of the guys, he like DM'd me and like, do you want to go on a date or whatever? He didn't say it like that. He said it much more smooth. And he is a good option, okay? He is a good option. But what if he has another friend that's better? So we have to wait on it, okay? So I was like, sorry, no friend. Not gonna want to do that right now. Sorry. Not interested in dating anybody, which is true. I'm not really for dating anybody. But it's also like I can't choose you right now. I need to hang out with your friends multiple times to decide if you are the right option. Are you the right homie for me to pick? Because once I pick you, I can't go and talk to your other homie if you end up being bad to me. Okay. So I don't want to be a homie hopper. So I'm just gonna feel it out a little bit. Okay. Hopefully they invite me to more events. And then I'll suss out top three. And then from top three, I'm just kidding also. I want everybody to know that this isn't actually like I'm not actually being serious, okay? But it's some kind of truth in that because like you literally cannot be the girl who messes up the whole friend group. The girl who dates everybody or tries to talk to everybody and ruins years of friendship down the drain because you want it to be a homie hopper. I mean, I would do it for the plot. No, I wouldn't. I'm trying to like I know I wouldn't. Actually, I wouldn't. I'm not that bad. But I do be doing a lot of things for the plot. And I don't know if that's morally correct. I don't think it is, honestly. No, okay. That situation is not morally correct. But in what ways am I being true to myself or I'm just doing things for the plot, for the story? Is that who I am now? Am I becoming somebody who just does daring things for the story? Or did I actually want to do that thing? I don't know. Who knows? Can't really decide. I don't know. But I'm not doing nothing too crazy. I'm just I'm just playing around a little bit. I don't know. 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 Also last weekend. Okay, I need to stop on this podcast literally so many times. I have been like, I am so over that guy who doesn't want me. He's nothing to me. I'm gonna cut him off. I literally think I said that in the last episode, but I can't. I'm bad at it. I don't want to do it. It's fun. It's fun when we play house. It is fun to play house with your situationship, okay? Take me to the Apple store. I want to go. And I know I shouldn't. And it is literally so domestic. And that's why I'm like, I don't even need to find a husband because like he's my husband when he wants to be, when he's here. But it's fun. Then I get my little fix of having a husband and I can go back to being single. That's fun. I think I'm gonna keep doing it. I think I'm gonna stop lying to myself and say that I'm over this man when I'm not. I think that's a good choice. Because I think I just need to be honest. Um, and if he wants to be my boyfriend for a day, I'm down. I think I think everybody should be okay with that because I'm okay with that. It's not hurting my feelings anymore. Maybe a little bit, but not really. It's fun, okay? It's fun. So I'm gonna continue the self sabotage. Maybe that's also why I didn't want to date that guy because I have this looming in the background, this weird force that surrounds whatever my relationship is with this man. I don't know, but I'm young, so whatever. Nat update. I think since the start of this podcast, I also talked about my gnats. Still have them. Still very much have gnats. I'm working on it. I'm not. I did for a minute before I had my last party put out like traps and stuff like that, but it didn't help. Like it helped just that weekend, but then past that, it's been bad again. So but it's not horribly, horribly bad. I keep looking out the window because our residential community has sent out so many emails being like, pick up your dog poop. Like, it's literally unsanitary. It's literally illegal. Like, you have to pick up your dog shit. And people still aren't doing it. So they sent out an alert today talking about like, if you see somebody not picking up their dog shit, let us know and everything will be Gucci. You could do it anonymously, everything will be fine. So now like, and my area is where the dogs be shitting at. And I hate it because every time I walk to my house, walk to my door, it stinks. It stinks. So I've been on the lookout to find who's been leaving their dog poop. Because I want to know. Because it's hurting me. Very, very much so. Okay. I don't know why people don't pick up their dog poop. Like, in it don't even, like, this is going to sound crazy. I understand not picking up your dog poop if it's like explosive, wet, runny, disgusting. And even then, like if I had a dog, I would still pick it up. If it's runny, nasty, I understand. You don't want to stick your hand in that, but I would do it if I had an animal because that's my responsibility as a pet owner. But it'd be like this is I'm just like analyzing poop right now for the next 2 minutes. But the solid poops, the ones that is just 1, 2, pick up, go, girl, come on. You can do that. Why aren't we picking that up? It's not that hard. It's literally not that hard. I think everybody should do it. Especially like in a community. I don't know. Like if you don't want to pick up the poop on the side of the road, that's not hurting me. That's next to the heroin needles and the Coke packets. So don't pick up that poop. But the poop that is in my community, in my neighborhood, you need to pick that up. Because nobody wants your dog poop everywhere. It's disgusting. And I know I'm preaching to good people. Y'all pick up your dog poop all the time. But I just had to get that off my chest. So if you see me looking out the window, that's what I'm trying to spot. I'm trying to catch people not picking up their dog poop. Cause it is wild, wild, wild. I don't even remember what my last I'm doing this segment was. I don't. I don't remember. Maybe I should refer back to the video. I don't remember though. So we'll just go into my I'm doing this for this week. Actually, this week is so busy. Okay, this is not how I'm doing this. This is just saying how busy this week is. This week I have a show tomorrow night, Tuesday. I have a show, 2 shows Wednesday night. I have a show Thursday night in Athens. I had to leave straight from work to go to a meeting in Athens and then do a show in Athens. And then Friday night I have a show. And then Saturday I am hanging out with my friend. And then Sunday I have a family reunion. And then Monday, luckily, is Labor Day and we're off work. So I plan to spend that day all by myself. All by myself. But yeah, it's a busy week ahead of us. It is. I need to write a whole new set. This is gonna be out Wednesday. I guess that's fine. Yeah, I'll nobody cares. But I'm writing the set about a character. It's a character show. And I decided that my character is gonna be the color orange. Yes. So now I have to write a 5 minute set on the color orange. I also need to find a costume. I suppose I need to I was just at the thrift store. Dang it. Yeah, so I need to write a 5 minute set on that. And I need to figure out what I'm saying for the rest of the shows. And it would be all fun. But I'm doing this, okay? I'm doing this. I'm looking forward to hanging out with my friend on Saturday. We're going to the Museum of Art. Is that what it's called? The Atlanta Museum of Art? The MoMA? No, that's in like New York or something. Whatever. We're going to the art museum here in Atlanta and they're doing some cocktail thing. I don't know. You dress fancy. I don't know. I really don't know. Honestly, people could send me anything and be like, be here at this time, and I'll be like, yes. Okay, she sent it to me forever ago though, a couple months ago. She sent me a TikTok about it and she's like, "Oh, recently." She's like, "Oh, we should go do that thing that I sent you the TikTok about." Girl, I forgot what that TikTok was. And I know I can scroll up and look, but I haven't. And I won't until probably Friday night. And then I'll figure out what it is. And where we're going, and it's gonna be a vibe. I don't know. Hopefully, I don't really know what it is. I very blindly am going to this art thing, but I think it'll be fun. That is my friend and roommate from college, so it'll be cool to see her again. Do y'all have people in your lives where it's like every time you see them, it's just like the worst thing imaginable that has ever happened to them? That's how this friend is, low key. And I'm always like hoping for the best for her. But it's crazy how many like just like bad bad shit crazy things can happen to one person. And it sucks. And my friend was just talking about this in the opposite way though, where it's like somebody's life is going like so good. And then another good thing happens to them, like they win the lottery or whatever, and you're like that should have been me. And like you're happy for your friend, like you're like, yeah, go you, go off, go crazy. But dang, can one thing happen bad happen to this guy, please? Like save some good fortune for the rest of us. Ugh. Okay, I'm like so cozy. I'm so cozy. Like this is not how you should be sitting for a podcast, but I'm so cozy, guys. Oh, also recently I watched the movie Sorry Baby. If you have not seen that movie, I definitely think you should go watch it. Like right now. Literally right now. Stop this and go watch that movie. It is so good, so simple and profound. And literally all the movies that have come out this year have been horrible. Well, not horrible. I just haven't been like amazing. There's nothing that's been like you have to see this except like Sinners. Of course, everybody was raving about Sinners. Sorry Baby is actually one of the best movies this year. And it sucks that I didn't even hear that many people talking about it. And I know that I'm not even giving like a synopsis, like I'm not even like selling you the movie, but I don't think you should go in knowing what it's about. I think you should just be like completely blind and watch it, and it's gonna be a great time. Well, okay, I will say trigger warning. It does have some SA in it, and that is a major theme, but it's done in a very tasteful way, and you don't actually see the assault. So, if that's something that you're interested in, if that's something you're interested in, if you're interested in assault, um, go watch that movie. I think everybody will learn something from that movie. And movies aren't teaching us things nowadays. They aren't. So I think you should go watch it. I'm just thinking about now. I'm gonna be clipping this. I'm gonna be like, why did she sit like that? The Instagram video is gonna look so dumb. But I'm so comfortable, guys. I've been a couch girly now. I was not on my couch for a while because of I had a friend living with me, so I was not on my couch for a while. But I've been back to being a couch girly, to like spending my time in the living room, and it is lovely. It is lovely. Like my couch is so comfy. If my sister never gave me nothing, what she did give me, this couch right here. It's so fluffy, fluffy. Okay, now let's move on to our negativity segment. I'm not doing this. I'm not doing this. I'm not doing this. What am I not doing? I'm not doing this. I am not going too long without going to the dentist. That is such. Like these used to be fun. Fun things. This is fun though, guys. I need to talk about my dentistry. I went to the dentist today and I had 4 cavities, which is okay. That's fine. Because previously I went to the dentist and they told me I had 8, and I was like, no, you're lying. There's no way I have 8 cavities. So I went to a new dentist and they said I have 4. I was like, oh, that sounds more about right. I'll be down with that. Okay. So I have 4 cavities, and I'm not the type of person who's scared of the dentist. I think it's fine. Actually, I think it's fine. But I think I needed to stop skipping my appointments because evidently it's not good for me because now I have 4 cavities after not going for mm, nearly 2 years. I think it's crazy though. Like, y'all tell me, nobody will comment. But I think it's crazy though. My home dentist, my family dentist, they used to do like the x-rays and exam and the cleaning in one appointment. Like, one session, you would do everything, and then you would come back again in 6 months. For some reason, I've been to 2 doctors or dentists in Atlanta, as I mentioned, and both of those dentists, they would do the X-rays and exam in one session. And they're like, "Oh, you have to come back to do the cleaning." Why? I'm already here. Clean my mouth. Is that are other people's dentists like that, or am I just going to the weird, funky dentist? Also, I didn't realize how expensive dentistry is. Guys, even with my insurance, I dropped a grip on my 4 cavities. But maybe that's my fault because I shouldn't have had cavities. I don't know, but I'm doing better. I'm flossing, and everybody knows how dreaded flossing is. They should make it easier. They should make it easier. There's no reason that it's 2025 and flossing is just as miserable as it was in 1952. I wonder how long the dental floss has been around. I need a guy on a computer on the sidelines who can just search things for me. But I can't have a man in my house. Not anymore. Not after the incident. I'm just kidding. There's no incident. Is that a bad joke to make? Probably. I just feel like this episode hasn't been fun. And I don't really know how to make it fun. So, honestly, you get what you get. You don't pitch a fit. There's somebody being loud outside my door. I wonder if y'all could hear that. Probably not. Um, but I am excited. Okay, I am so sad that summer is over basically. We have one more month of summer, but Atlanta summer this summer has been horrible. Why has it been raining every other day? Not me complaining about the weather, but it has been. And it's just like, I don't know. I love being a pool girly. I love being in the pool. I love being in the water. Every other week it's raining and it's ruining my life. Okay. I have a pool and I have only utilized it in this building one time this summer. That's horrible. I should not be so close to a pool and only having used it one time. When I was in a house with a pool before, I used that pool every other day basically. I took swimming classes so that I could use my pool to its fullest potential. And this summer, I have not even got to like swim for real. That sucks. This is kind of tangential. I was thinking about whitewaters though, and I kind of want to go to Six Flags. Should I get a group together so we can go to Six Flags? I think that would be fun. Six Flags fun trip. I haven't been to Six Flags in forever. I can't remember the last time I rode a roller coaster, and I think these are all things that we need to bring back in a major way. I also want to bring back typing, like how they first typed in the early 2000s. Like, see you later, but literally spelled out the letter C, the letter U, and then L8R. See you later, like that. Like, that's cute. That's I was about to say that's the C word. The C word that's explicit and we can't say it or we will be monetized. I don't get money from this. But That's cute for real. And that wasn't the C word that I'm talking about. But see you later, spelled like that. I love it. I'm trying to also think of other text things. Like I already pretty frequently don't use like actual emojis. Instead, I use like just semicolon parentheses, and that's also cute. I have like this little semicolon parentheses tattooed on me. Um, that a guy did in a hotel room because it's cute. I think we need to go back to texting, old school texting. I think that might bring us back as a society, might revive us. We need to go back to the ancient texts, okay? And the ancient texts are raw XD. I'll be honest, guys. I was listening to a podcast earlier today, my favorite podcast that I always listen to. And if you know, you know. That is me being like facetious. But I was listening to it earlier today, and they were talking about how most podcasts don't last after 3 months. I'm not saying that I'm quitting. I'm not. I'm gonna do this bi-weekly, and I still have so much to say. But this was like low key, and maybe I'm just in a bad mood. I was about to be like low key. What's the point? I might just be in a bad mood, but I like doing this because like it's like my outlet, and I feel like I get to explore opinions and explore thoughts that I don't typically have conversations about. Maybe I need to get another guest in here. Maybe that will make me feel better. So if you want to be a guest in the pod, hit me up. I don't know. I'm ending on such a sad note. I think the problem is I started talking about my grandpa. We started off this episode talking about my grandpa, and this is just what you get. I woke up from a nap and I was hit with a brick by grief. And then I had to talk to myself for another 40 minutes. And honestly, I think I'm just not feeling it. But I also need to stop scrapping episodes. Okay, this is so meta. Nobody actually cares. How many times have I said nobody cares in this episode? Um, but maybe I'm just being hard on myself. So this is your encouragement to not be hard on yourself this week, to give yourself grace, to let yourself feel your emotions. Because sometimes we have days that are off. I almost got scared because I thought my mic was off, and then I was really about to crash out. I was really gonna go crazy, like if my mic stopped recording, but it didn't. We're here, and y'all got to hear all that somber talk, somber sayings. Um, but yeah, I think that's it for me. I just am gonna go be sad. So y'all have a good one. Have a good week. Thank you for listening. I'll see you in 2 weeks. If I don't, KILL myself. I won't. I won't. I won't. I promise I won't. I never would have the balls. And I hate pain, so I wouldn't do it. But thank you for listening. Bye.